Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. This episode of Welcome Home is brought to you by DVC Resale Market. Thank you for joining us for episode 330 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom, here with Trevor. How's it going, Trevor?
Hey, pretty good.
Talking to you like we didn't just talk for an hour.
I was going to say, I feel like, maybe we should just, I feel like our listeners are going to kind of be spoiled here leading up to Christmas. Like we're kind of giving them
so much content.
Yeah. Because also you have a trip coming up and we have a wait list planned for when you're on your trip.
We do, yeah.
So, it's not even like there's going to be a pause necessarily in the stuff that's coming out for the podcast. And on top of that, I mean, the food time episodes are off the rails at the moment, which, the food time stuff it's kind of an anomaly, especially, the fact that we've had 3 weeks of it is an anomaly and it's not all the time.
Yeah, I know we've done a lot of food times recently, right? So, but as soon as I saw like the EPCOT Festival, the holidays, I'm like, we kind of have to do it. I mean, we can't not do it, right? I mean, I don't know. It just felt like it had to happen. But it's funny, Trevor, because you were talking about that, right? So obviously we're gearing up for our mini vacation, I should say. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to be spending the majority of the time with family, right? Like we're just going to be hanging out with family. But then we have these 2 days that are, very Disneyfied because it's, we're going to be going, obviously.
It's like espresso Disney. Like you're getting the high concentration drip of Disney for a couple of days.
Directly into my arm. Like, we're just, it's just like a shot of adrenaline, it's going to be crazy. So we're very excited for this, obviously. But it's funny because you're talking about like the trips that you have planned for, like 2027 and I looked at my wife this morning and I was like, we have nothing planned for next year. Like, no, there's no plan. We're not doing anything as of right now. We have no plans for vacation. And now we can plan for things like our situation has changed. We're in a good shape to do this now. Right. So, but I have no idea what we want to do. Like I think we had like 10 different ideas this morning, right? Like it was, all right, like maybe let's go do Disneyland and we'll do like a short cruise at San Diego, like, and we'll do that, or we'll do maybe just do a 7-day cruise out of Florida like we've done before, or let's do it with our friends, or maybe we'll do a short cruise and then we'll do Disney after. Like we have let's do Vero Beach. That was another one that came up this morning. I was like, man, these are a lot of things, like I don't know what to do here.
Okay, I'll just throw in my 2 cents here, even though I don't have any weight in any of this. I'll just put my opinion out because, we're talking about it. Is you said, you're in a position right now where you have flexibility to do things. I would say my opinion is do the thing that you would not normally do, only because of the fact that you're not going to have opportunities. Like you're thinking about, when my son was the same age as your daughter, it was a lot easier for us to, plan stuff that, it sometimes overlapped with school, but we did try to minimize, how much school he was missing because of trips and everything. But
yeah, that's the challenge.
But it was a lot easier when he was younger.
For sure.
As he got older, he's at an age now where, we've had conversations and it's, he's flat out told us, hey, I'm not going to go on this trip with you guys because I'm in school, or like it's, so, he's having his own life and it's hitting that, we are hitting that point where he's becoming an adult. And so we're not getting, or, if we're doing those trips, it's just us doing them. So it's, it's kind of, again, it's that timing and opportunity thing. My take would be, you said specifically about going to Disneyland and doing a cruise in San Diego. That's something that you would not normally do. Right.
Yeah.
Whereas the other things like you're far more accessible to Florida and Vero Beach and doing, a lot of stuff on the East Coast. My opinion is look at the West Coast stuff, because this might be one of your best opportunities to, do that without it interfering with other things, right?
Yeah. That's really, it's interesting you say that, Trevor, because we one of our friends said something to us where they were like, there's other places to go on vacation besides Disney. I'm like, yes, we are aware of this. Like, of course we're aware of this, but we also just like, we're in a window. We're in like such a good window right now for a lot of this stuff. We don't know if she's gonna be into the Disney stuff as an adult. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. I don't know. Right. So like,
it doesn't matter, honestly.
No,
if she is or not isn't, because it's a matter of what you want to do.
Yeah, but let's do this now while she is, like, let's do these things now. And yeah, sure, we can go travel the world later, like, and she can come with us maybe, but like, we're in this great window where we can go do the Disney cruise and she's going to have a great time doing it. Or, we're going to go to, Disney World for a week or go to Disneyland, whatever we're going to do. We're in such a good spot for it. And I don't want to let that go. And so, yeah, it's to your point, though, it does become more and more difficult with school. Like, because if even like we were looking at cruises, during the summertime, they're like double the price of not during the summertime. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a hard thing to figure out. But yeah, we were kind of laughing about it this morning at just how we just have nothing planned at all. And I'm like, yeah, Trevor's got like already planned out to 27. And I'm like, we haven't even thought of next year.
Well, okay. Sorry. And I guess we haven't really talked about this on the podcast, so maybe I should give some context on that.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean,
I can. Or is there anything else that you wanted to cover on your stuff first before
Okay. No, you can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we had plans for, we were talking about doing a Disneyland trip this year, and that didn't happen just for, again, talking about, my son's schooling and, a bunch of different reasons just didn't play out this year. So then we started looking at it, and so 2027 is my 25th wedding anniversary. So, for me and my wife, we were like, oh, like that's a big year, and we started like kind of talking about and looking at, what do we want to do, and to your friend's point about, well, there's places other than Disney. It's like, yeah, but I really like Disney.
Like why go places? Yeah,
and the thing is that when we started really talking about it, I realized, when we got DVC, and, even when we started this podcast, we talked about, hey, the thing about DVC is that it does have flexibility to it. And there's the whole thing about, banking and borrowing points and all that we really weren't utilizing. Like, we were just kind of every year we were using our points, taking a trip, and it was fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We were just using our points as they came in. But we realized that, again, with looking at my son's, this next year we weren't planning a trip for 2026 because it's a pivotal year for my son. He's going into post-secondary, so it's like we didn't want to add any extra complications to that. And not to say like he would just go and do his schooling and we could just take a trip on our own, but we were like, well, instead of us planning a trip this year, why don't we take our points and funnel them into 2027 and then also borrow some points from 2028, so then we have a bigger trip in for our anniversary. And the thing about our anniversary was that our honeymoon was in Disney World. So my first actual trip to Disney World was my honeymoon with my wife, and we were staying at the All-Star. So it was very, it wasn't staying at the Poly. I know everyone's like, oh, well, Trevor just stays at the Poly all the time. No, we were staying at the All-Stars, but it was our first trip. It had a lot of, it had a lot of magic to it. It, left a lot of impressions on us. And so we were like, well, hey, if we're going to go to Disney, we're using all these points. Why don't we, we have these extra points. We're going to spend a couple of nights in a bungalow, which I know is crazy, just for the two of us, but, because they sleep like 12 people, but
you're saying that to the guy that's staying in a grand villa.
Exactly. I know DVC people understand this. Is we want to stay in a bungalow. We've always, like, the bungalow has actually been a bucket list thing for us, that we've always wanted to stay in one. So we're using our 25th anniversary as an opportunity, and we're also going to make it a longer trip. So we usually only go for a week. We're planning for 2 weeks, and or might be a little less. We're not sure, but with all the points and everything, I kind of ballparked it based on the 2026 point values. But we're using that information. I'm kind of gauging like we should be able to get about the same time of year, which is looking to be about November-ish, where we could do 2 weeks. And so we're going to have this extended trip. It's going to include, we're planning for, you talked about doing like dessert parties and stuff. Like this is going to be our last couple of trips. We've done after hours and stuff, but we haven't done a lot of other extras, I guess, like dessert parties and dining and stuff like that. So
we haven't done a dessert party in forever. Since my daughter's born, we haven't done one. Yeah.
So we're planning for like, hey, we're going to, do all the extra stuff. It's going to be that we want to do that, extra bougie trip, I guess is the way to put it.
That makes total sense.
And then on top of that is, my obviously my brother and I went to Epic Universe, Universal as a whole. Like sorry, I say Epic Universe because Epic Universe was like the crown jewel for me of that trip. But we're going to go to Universal. My wife and I, like, we've been exploring not just like going to Disney or going to the Disney parks, but also we want to spend some time at Universal because my wife's not been there. Even though, there's a lot of rides there, like the rides there are a lot harder for her to enjoy, but there is a lot of other experiences and stuff there too that we're looking into. So, yeah. So instead of us, like on this podcast, we usually talk about like, our next trip is in like 6 months or whatever. This is a ways out, but we're making use of our points to get something, extra that you wouldn't like. This is going to be, like I said, a bucket list kind of trip that we're planning. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So that's where we're at right now is that, we don't have anything planned for next year either, but that's a deliberate thing because we're kind of pushing it all into 2027.
Yeah. You're doing a big trip. Yeah. Like I totally get that. Like that makes total sense. Yeah. So I didn't mean to like blow up your like now like discussion of this. I thought I talked about it before.
I did. Yeah. I realized I didn't, like, you and I have talked about it, but I realized I haven't really talked about like this stuff on the podcast, which, I mean, to be fair, the thing is that it was for a little while, it was kind of changing a lot. Like it was, I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, we're doing this because I didn't have anything concrete and I wasn't quite sure what we were going to do next. But, and again, like I said, it was just kind of where, to your point of like timing of where you are in your life. We're just at this weird point right now where we're in transition with, with our son, becoming older and us kind of figuring out like, when and how do we want to go to Disney next? And this just kind of worked out because it worked out because we knew our 25th anniversary was coming. And so we were like, instead of trying to push it and, doing smaller trips, we're going to save up and it's going to be, this is going to be just one big trip that we're doing in a couple of years.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes total sense. I'm just saying you have more plans than I do.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And again, that's only kind of like you though. If it wasn't for our 25th wedding anniversary, I wouldn't know what I'm doing next year either because same as you is it's like, well, we could do this, we could do that. But it's like, I just looked, I was like, no, we're not, forget it. We're putting it all into that trip.
Well, I said to my daughter this morning, I said, hey, would you want to go on another cruise again? She's like, yeah, I want to go on another cruise. And I said, well, would you be okay if it's just the three of us, and we don't go with anybody else? And she's like, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to do that? She's like, I want to go with like friends or family. And I was like, well, that's sweet and all, but like, it also kind of is like, why don't you want to just go with us? Like, we're fun. But I get it. I get it.
My son did the same thing where, the first couple of trips with him were, fine. But then, he
only child thing, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. The only child thing is a little bit of a challenge because, he wanted to bring, or we were planning to bring his friend back in 2020 because same thing. Like he was like, I don't want to go by myself and it wasn't like, he has a great time with his parents, but he wanted friends with him or whatever. Of course, we couldn't do that because of COVID. But I get that. If you don't have, or only child it's kind of a weird thing because you don't have siblings or other, like if it's not a larger family, I see where it can be boring just hanging out with mom and dad.
Yeah,
even when it's Disney.
I'm only mildly offended by it because I get it too. You know what I mean? Like I understand where she's coming from. It just was like, but like, what about us? You know, like hang out with us. And she just,
we're cool parents.
We're cool. You know, we're fun.
Yeah,
you know, you make, you know, and you make some friends on vacation. You know, like okay, but you know, so
you need to embrace the dad cringe at some point though. Like I do this to my son. Yeah, but no, it gets more fun when your kid gets older. I will do this to my son where like I do pay attention to like the upcoming like slang terms and stuff, and I'll occasionally throw something at my son where I'll be like, yeah, that was mid, and he'll give me that look like, don't you dare say that, Dad. Like,
it's so funny you say that because I was like that whole like 6-7 thing with the kids. Like, you know about
that's been a thing. Not with my son, but I've been like, I'm just trying to figure that out too.
Well, and I said to my wife this morning, I was like, now that parents understand what this is about, is it going to become uncool? Because that typically is what happens, right? It's
that
like,
is the case. Yeah.
Yeah. Like once parents understand it, then it's now lame and they move on to whatever the next stupid thing is. Right. But I don't know. We were joking with my daughter about it this morning, and she gave me like the death stare about it.
Yeah,
I was just like, I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna start using it until you don't care about it anymore. Not that she ever has said it to me because she hasn't, but she knows of it. You know,
but it's just when it's in their circles, and when they think. I mean, we all had our things. Like, you know, when we were growing up, there was phrases and things that, you know, we had, like, even yours
made sense though, Trevor.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
They did to us at the time. They didn't all make sense. Like if you, I think if you look back on it, you'll find that, and especially to our parents who, you know, didn't know, you know, what are these kids talking about? Right. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's just a generational thing. And
well, it was harder back then because you didn't have the internet to look it up either. You know?
The funny thing was that back then, you know, it was our own little like language and whatnot. And you felt like, you know, very easily it was, you know, you go and talk with your friends and you'd had a certain way of talking, and then you come home and you would never like hear those things from your parents. But now, like you said, with the internet, it's all of a sudden, you know, when your parent says something and it kind of breaks into that bubble of your reality, I see where it's very, very jarring for kids.
For sure. Yeah. We've gone like almost
totally
20
off
minutes
topic.
now, and we've not talked about any of this stuff. So,
but, hey, we have been talking about Disney stuff.
That's true. We have been. I will give you that. So, okay, so let's get into some DVC stuff, Trevor. Because why not? But so I always love when DVC does like these really kind of like random perks. You know what I mean? That are just like not really a perk of the program, but kind of are
unannounced surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, and so for 3 dates in the end of 2025 here, DVC members will have access to a special viewing area for a Christmas fantasy parade in Disneyland. So not only is this a random one, it's for Disneyland people, which again, I'm glad they're doing some stuff for the folks out on the West Coast, because I feel like most of this stuff usually is for East Coasters and for Disney World people. So on November 20th, 25th, and December 11th, DVC owners can watch a Christmas fantasy parade from a special reserved section of the Small World Promenade. Eligible owners must claim a wristband at Starview Station, beginning at 11 a.m. on the event date. Member plus 4 additional guests on their resort reservation. Each member of the party must be present to claim a wristband. So everybody's got to go.
And you have to have a resort reservation booked, so you can't just show up there and do it. You have to actually be staying at a DVC resort.
You do, and so and it seems like they do expect that this will run out because it is limited. So the other part of this is a blue card benefit. I know that's an outdated term but I'm always going to call it that. But basically, if you're part of membership extras, meaning you own at least 150 points or you're not grandfathered in, you can participate in this. If you are resale only, then you can't. So
yeah,
unless you're grandfathered. If you're grandfathered, then you're good. But
yeah, exactly.
I think everyone who's listening that's DVC knows the rules.
Well, so. The thing is that anyone who's grandfathered in at or that has points at Disneyland is at the Grand Californian, because the Disneyland Hotel was built recently, so you would have to have at least 150 points if you have a Disneyland hotel DVC contract.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. So I mean, listen, I like I said, I like when they do this kind of stuff. This is the kind of thing I would take advantage of, you know?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's like, again, if I was planning to be there at this time, this would be a nice, like, I would go out of my way to, you know, have a prime viewing place for the parade, because why not, right?
Yeah.
It's the only thing, you know, like you said, these unplanned things are always nice, but I feel like it's because we're talking about this. So it's we're recording this on the 15th. November 20th is 5 days from now. So it like they're not giving people really any time to react to this, or I guess
plan
it's,
ahead
you know,
for it.
Yeah, like you're not booking a stay specifically for this, but yeah, again, I get it. It's meant to be a, you know, hey, if you happen to be here at this time, we're going to give it to you. Also, I feel like specifically, you know, this being a Disneyland thing is, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you see more of these Disneyland things, because I feel like they're trying to push the Disneyland hotel contracts, right? Like this definitely feels like them trying to, you know, remind people that, hey, you can get points at Disneyland too, right? And there are events that happen at Disneyland.
We'll do some things for you. We'll throw some little benefits in here and there, right? So, but you know, moving from the West Coast to the East Coast, so there is another one of these little incidental, you know, kind of benefits. You know but this one is for Disney World, and this one I was so close to being able to do, Trevor, too. The dates are just I'm missing it. Just missing it.
Yeah.
But on November 26th, Zootopia is going to be in theaters, which, by the way, I think while we're in Florida, we may try to get my daughter to go see this maybe on Black Friday, just to get, I mean, the only movie she's ever seen in a theater so far is Lilo and Stitch. That's all we got. But she does like Zootopia, and we're going to be looking for things to do, because, you know, we're going to be in my mom's retirement community, which, you know, there's only so much stuff you can do in there with a 7-year-old. So we're going to find things to do. But, you know, this is one of those things that I think we might try to do. But anyway, so DVC owners that are staying on property on November 22nd, could get to attend a free, well, it doesn't say free, but I'm assuming it's free, a preview screening at 11 a.m. on Saturday, November 22nd at the AMC Disney Springs of Zootopia 2. And you get free complimentary popcorn and soft drinks as well.
Yeah, so I am assuming it's not like they would say if it was a paid thing here, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So it's a free screening with free popcorn and soft drinks. If you want to be in Disney Springs on a Saturday, because there is that.
I do want to mention, by the way, that this is already completely booked up. So if you're hearing us say that this is you can't even get into it anyway.
But no, it says owners must have a hotel reservation booked on the day of the event.
Yeah, but it's they already did the virtual queue to sign up for this, and it's already booked up. Yeah,
got it. Huh.
But listen, I just wanted to bring this up because I like these kind of benefits, and also it just kind of annoyed me that I couldn't participate. So
I guess the thing about this is that usually Disney will send you, if you are eligible for it, they'll send you out the link for it. So, you know, to that point, we're talking about this after the virtual queue happened. For anybody that, you know, if you're worried about missing these kinds of things, my answer to that is make sure that DVC emails are not hitting your spam filters or anything like that, because that's how they choose to communicate these things out to people who are on or are staying there for these events. So
yeah, the Golden Oak ones keep getting through to me for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know how you got on that mailing list.
I don't know either. I don't know who they think I am and what kind of money I have, but they are very wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, listen, it's nice to look at. Like, I like seeing the pictures they send me, but no. Unless someday. If I win the lottery, then sure.
Yeah.
But,
we'll know when Tom wins the lottery.
Yes, you will, because I'll be down in Golden Oaks, and that's where I will live.
Cool. I'll come visit.
What's that?
I'll come visit.
Yeah, well, listen, then you'll have a free. You could sell your DVC points. You have a free place to stay anytime you want.
No. Sorry, I'm not selling my DVC points.
You still want to stay at Poly? Yeah.
Yeah. Why would I not stay at the Poly?
Why wouldn't you stay at my mansion that's in Golden Oaks? Okay, like
Why would I not do both?
Well, that's true. You could do that.
I could hang out with you for a couple of days, and then I could go stay at the Poly for a couple of days. Like,
there you go.
Do both.
Yeah. So I'm going to go a little out of order, Trevor, and instead of doing our ad right now, we're going to do one more topic, then we'll do our ad. Okay.
I figured actually that there was there was a lot after the ad.
There is. Yeah. I clearly did not space these out well, but listen, so there was a little bit of a surprise popcorn bucket release, right? That just happened. And it's weird because it's not really a holiday one, right?
No, it is the farthest from a holiday one.
It is, right? So we have a Scar popcorn bucket and an Ed Hyena sipper that have been released in Animal Kingdom specifically. So you have the Scar popcorn bucket, which, looks like a pretty nice sized popcorn bucket. We talk about this all the time. There's not like a lot of space for actual popcorn in these popcorn buckets, but based on the scale of the guy's hand holding this thing, it's a nice size.
It's a reasonably sized one, and it's of a shape that will hold popcorn reasonably well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, I don't want to
choice,
carry this
though.
around my neck all day, but
you don't want to have a Scar scar figurine hanging around your neck all day.
No, this looks very it's big. It's gonna I think I carried around the one I got, the Skyliner one, briefly around my neck, and I was like, I look like a moron. Like I look stupid walking around like this. I look like a popcorn themed Flava Flav. Like I shouldn't be. There's a reference right there.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
but
anyway.
I see people like it's not, they're not that obstructive. Like, I see people with all kinds of different popcorn buckets. I'll say actually the worst one that we got was, we have some, what are they? I guess, yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking back at it. It's a TIE fighter. And so it's got like the sides of the TIE fighter, and then the popcorn sits in the center,
in the middle. Yeah,
but it's so like
Small.
It's the worst design for a popcorn bucket.
Yeah,
like you said, this one. I mean, yeah, it's, you're not necessarily carrying it around your neck. You're probably like attaching it to your bag or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I should also mention that Scar's his eyes light up, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, but the fact, I don't know who wanted a Scar popcorn bucket. I mean,
but now that it's here, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's, well, I mean, the line, okay, and I guess if people want to come for me, that's fine. Lion King's not my favorite Disney movie by any means. I know it's got a lot of fandom and whatnot. It just didn't hit for me the way that some of the other movies in that era hit.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest, given the choice, I'll watch Aladdin before I'll watch Lion King. Because,
okay.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. I liked Aladdin more. I liked Beauty and the Beast more than Lion King as well. So again, this for me is kind of.
Trevor, tell us why you hate wildlife.
Well, okay. It's not that I hate wildlife. It's that
I'm kidding. Obviously.
I know it's Scar to me is just not. That's not exciting to me. Like, it's not.
What? Okay, but what about Ed the Hyena Sipper? I like the Sipper.
I mean, Ed's cute. He's a funny character, and it's cute and all that. I'm not a Lion King fan.
That's fair.
Sorry.
I had a moment where I think this is a very millennial term of the intrusive thoughts came in, right? Which I'm looking at the Ed the Hyena Sipper, and I'm like, why didn't they make that the popcorn box? Because so if you look at it, it's him or popcorn bucket, I should say, because it's him sitting like on his butt laughing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like his belly is kind of like the bottom of the thing, but then I was thinking to myself, okay, but then you'd be eating the popcorn. You'd be opening a door on his stomach and then eating the popcorn out of his stomach, and that's slightly disturbing.
Or you're like flipping the neck back,
the head open,
and like trying to reach in. Yeah, it doesn't really work as a popcorn bucket.
I mean, listen, given they had that Mickey popcorn bucket that talked and you ate the popcorn out of its head, you opened up
True.
Mickey's skull and then ate it out of his skull, like, which is weird as can be. Right? I mean,
he didn't have a skull. You make it sound a lot worse than it was.
I mean, his head. Okay, his head. You know what I mean, though. It's like, oh, let's have some popcorn. I'm going to open up the back of Mickey's head. It's like, so it's not that much worse than that, I don't think. But,
but any popcorn bucket anywhere, like unless it's an inanimate object, you're like opening something up to reach inside is always.
Yeah,
that's always going to be a thing. That, like I said, this Ed sipper though, I feel sippers are always a bit of a hard one for me because they're just as cumbersome as popcorn buckets, but then you've got liquid inside of them.
They don't function well. Yeah,
they're never used. Like people will get them, and it's like you never like those popcorn buckets get used. The sippers I feel like are harder, or I just don't like sippers, I guess is the thing.
I also feel like when you were actually you drink out of this, you get that weird plasticky taste applied to whatever you're drinking out of it. You know what I mean? And it's also, how do you even clean that?
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
not
way
going
to
in the
clean that.
dishwasher. You're not shoving Ed in the dishwasher. Or maybe you are. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you are. Okay, that's enough.
All right, that was fun, but we should move on.
Yeah. All right, let's do the ad, Trevor. We'll do the ad, and then we can talk about holiday stuff. Even though I feel like we've talked about so much holiday food, it's out of control here.
It's been crazy. But okay, we'll still try and do a little bit more here because it is still it's still November. I guess it's fair game. But let's go ahead with the ad and then we'll
all right. The sponsor of this episode is DVC Resale Market. DVC Resale Market, a World of DVC company, is the leader in the DVC resale industry with 13 former Disney Vacation Club guides and 3 former Disney Vacation Club quality assurance managers. If you're thinking of buying DVC, browse the largest selection of DVC resale listings anywhere with DVC experts on hand 7 days a week to answer your questions. If you're thinking of selling, turn to the friendly professionals at DVC Resale Market, where over 98% of listings sell within 30 days. In 2024, DVC Resale Market helped over 4,400 families join or add on to their memberships. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/welcome home or call 1-844-DVC-PROS. That's 1-844-382-7767. And when you speak to them, be sure to let them know that Welcome Home sent you. All right, so Trevor, we just did food time about the food menus over at the International Festival of the Holidays. So you can listen to that later in the week here. But we've talked a little bit, I guess, about some entertainment stuff, right? Not a ton, though.
Yeah. So I guess we should start for anybody that doesn't know. EPCOT Festival of the Holidays starts November 28th and runs to December 30th of this year. So it's a very short festival.
Sure.
You've really only got a month, which, if you happen to be there at Christmas time, as we've talked about before, Christmas time can be very busy, but there's clearly a lot going on here. And, and I think, one of the things that we touch on every year is, the candlelight processional is kind of a big to do about the holiday festival, which we did go over the lineup for the,
we did, although I just saw that there was an update because they lost somebody.
We lost people?
Yeah, somebody had to bow out. Was it Jennifer Garner? I think had to quit. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And got replaced by the voice of what's her name? It's Susan Egan is the voice actress. She was in Hercules, right? She was
Meg?
Meg. She's Meg, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So now she's in.
Not a bad trade, I guess.
Yeah, no,
it's like hockey cards, right?
I mean, much less famous person, but still is a more Disney-esque person, I would say, right? I mean, I guess, right? But yeah, so that's going on. And by the way, I've done it before, and it's a really cool event. It's very cool. It's really a fun one to go to. So.
So there's that, and then there is also the World Showcase Storytellers. So I guess every pavilion or all the major ones. The African Outpost isn't on here, obviously, but
No.
you can. So Mexico, Norway, China, or all of them have their own version of a festival storyteller. So they're not all Christmas related. They're like related to holiday times in those specific regions. The one that strikes me as most interesting is the Norway pavilion.
The one they pictured here? Yeah.
the mischievous magical barn Santa, which
he looks mischievous and magical in the picture here.
Yeah, but the fact that it's barn Santa is I'm sure they do a very good job of explaining like their the things that are specific to that region and why it's framed the way that it is. It's just weird that it's barn Santa.
Can I ask you, in this picture, is that supposed to be like Anna from Frozen? Because it kind of looks like Anna.
I don't think that's Anna. I think they're
just a Norwegian person. Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know.
It probably feeds. I remember years ago I watched because like you can see all the storytellers on YouTube, and a lot of times like it plays in, or there'll be like the main storyteller, but there'll be somebody with them that is like either helping narrate or it like plays into the story of that storyteller.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about the storytellers is that they're not like I know it's in a Disney park and whatever, but they're not selling like a Disney thing. So it's not like, oh, Anna is part of, the Norway thing. It's meant to be a specific cultural thing to that area.
Yeah,
right?
No, I get that. I just wouldn't put it past them to integrate some IP into there.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, the other one that's kind of funny too, and I'm not sure what this means, is the Canadian Holiday Voyage.
Oh, we joked about this on a previous episode. Yeah, we were trying to find out what this was. Yeah,
I don't know what a holiday voyager is because we have Santa like everybody else. So I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I'll admit, I don't know the entirety of Canadian holiday culture,
Canadian lore.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get into it, there are so many facets to it. It's crazy because there's a lot of history here, but it's also like in terms of Christmas stuff, I don't know that there's anything specifically Canadian Christmas here. Or there's nothing jumping out at me that's like, oh, this is like they're talking about this thing that I grew up knowing about.
Yeah. That makes sense. I have to say one of my favorite holiday things at EPCOT is Living with the Land. What they do, where they decorate that with lights. Listen, Living with the Land is also just one of my favorite things, which is funny because I see this on my wife sends me these TikToks all the time, and I'm not really on TikTok unless my wife sends me a TikTok. And it's always like, a meme of people going like, you want to go on a boat and learn about plants? And it's like, yeah, I want to do that. Yeah. And it's like, it's just cooler during the holidays though, because they put they cover everything with the lights, and it's just, they do a really neat job of decorating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I keep saying this is it's a vibe. There's something about it that you're right. You could, at its simplest level, it is just putting lights or an overlay in the ride, but it adds another layer of magic to it when it's like going through Living with the Land it's already a fun experience. Sorry, anyone who says Living with the Land is not fun, you need to really think about you need to think about what you're doing, because Living with the Land is a fun ride. It's educational, and it should, not everything has to be a thrill ride.
Yeah.
And I think Living with the Land hit a lot of very perfect things that it doesn't need to change. But then, hey, adding a holiday overlay on top is you're just adding that Christmas spice to it, which just it just makes it better. Right.
I agree.
Like the ride is just better.
I agree. And of course there's Santa, of course, we got some Santa. They're also the gingerbread Spaceship Earth is coming back, which is exciting.
Oh yes.
That was very cool last year when they
Yeah,
make that.
that's a lot of work too. Because I remember we talked about that. Is gingerbread houses are one thing, but having to do a geodesic sphere
Yeah.
of gingerbread is
It's
that's some next level. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually really disappointed they're not doing the Grand Floridian one this year, because obviously I'm going to be at the Grand Floridian. I don't think I said this, but I talked about doing 1900 Park Fair. I kind of stopped looking for Ohana reservations because I kind of got myself pumped to go to 1900 Park Fair. Like, I want to check it out. Like,
you're feeling that, and it does kind of play into, again, the Christmas side of it, right? Like, you're kind of, it just keeps the Christmas vibes going.
Yeah, so I'm not even really looking for the Ohana one anymore now, but I'm a little disappointed that the gingerbread house is not there, because I think my daughter would have gotten a kick out of that. Now, that's not to say we can't go elsewhere to see a gingerbread house, but it just would have been nice because we're already there, and that's like the premier one, like that's the one everyone talks about. But it is what it
you
is.
really want to see a gingerbread sphere instead of a gingerbread house.
I would love to, Trevor, but I'm not going to EPCOT despite your best efforts.
But you should. But they also, again, talking about things that are happening there. There's going to be Santa Goofy.
Yeah, Santa Goofy's pretty cool.
It sounds like he's going to be near the Odyssey, is what it looks like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I will admit, seeing Santa is one thing, but I would line up for Santa Goofy before I would line up for Santa.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah. Absolutely. And as we mentioned, so like the living with the land's all lit up, which looks so cool in the greenhouse because of the way it reflects and everything. And like I mentioned too, if you want to hear all about the food, we did all of the food from the Festival of Holidays on this upcoming food time. So go and check that out. I think it was a really fun one. There was a lot of really good looking stuff in there. I'm not gonna lie. Made Trevor want to hop on a plane and go to the Festival of the Holidays.
Yeah.
So
it's they got a good spread this year for sure.
They certainly do. So, but I think that's really it for this one, Trevor. Right? I mean, I think
I'm gonna do some time jump stuff here for people that are this is gonna be a callback to the food time episode.
Okay, but
I did find out that we were talking about Figment's sweater, and it's the blue sweater.
Yeah,
that's by that. Yeah. So you're going to hear me say this and go, what are you talking about? Watch Food Time and you'll understand what I was talking about.
Yeah. Right. So let's leave Epcot. I wanted to, there's a 2025 gift guide, specifically a holiday gift guide for Disney plushes, which feels very specific.
That is very specific.
Yeah, and also just the fact that there's just a Stitch doll here that has zero holiday going on here.
There's a couple of zero holiday Stitch plushes.
I mean, the Angel one does, because Angel's dressed up like a little Christmas tree, but Stitch has got nothing going on.
Yeah, and then there's another Stitch right below that is the same thing. Or it's interactive plush, which okay,
I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, maybe my daughter would love that. I'm like, oh wait, no, I really don't want to. I don't want her to have this.
So I'm sorry for mentioning this because it's it's really not. Or I know we're a Disney podcast, but this Stitch looks like it came out of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, he's a little interesting looking. Yeah,
it's looking a little too animatronic-y that I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It reminds me of it's like Tickle Me Elmo, but Stitch.
Worse, because it's got teeth.
Yeah,
Elmo didn't have teeth. Stitch has teeth.
I'll do a major throwback here and alienate some of our audience. Teddy Ruxpin. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Oh yes.
I had a Teddy Ruxpin when I was a kid. Yeah. That thing was terrifying.
Did you ever just put random music tapes in it? Because
I was too young. I think. I think I was too young to do that, but that would have been funny.
We had. Sorry, I know we're going off the rails, but it's fine. We had a subscription to Columbia Music House.
Oh, Columbia Music.
Yeah.
Okay. Where anybody under like 30 that's listening to the show has no idea what we're talking about.
So we had a lot of tapes was the thing. So we had all kinds of tapes. So I figured out it was like there was the Teddy Ruxpin tapes, but then just putting random music in was always fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know,
if you don't know, if you're listening to this,
watching Teddy Ruxpin sing Depeche Mode was a memory. And I'm sure that's hitting a lot of people weird right now, and I'm sorry for it.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, Google Teddy Ruxpin, and you'll see what we're talking about, because it was a cool toy. Like, listen, for the 80s, it was like super revolutionary, right?
Oh, yeah, it was huge, definitely.
Yeah, I mean that was some technology at the time, but looking back,
again,
creepy.
Like I said, looking at this Stitch doll, though, the thing that's throwing me off is that your plush dolls don't have teeth, and both of these Stitch and Angel have teeth, and it's scaring me.
It's I understand. I will say though, these wishables, the wishable versions of Stitch are better because they are Christmas themed. There's a little reindeer Stitch. There's a Stitch with it's like a little woolen hat on. There's a Christmas tree Stitch. One. Yeah. Snowman. There's a Santa Stitch. These are adorable. I immediately clicked on the link to buy some of these for my daughter. So
nice.
Yeah.
They're a lot calmer for sure.
They are.
The other ones are a little too aggressive. These ones are fun, and I
don't need anything else in my house that A, needs batteries, and B, is going to talk to me.
Or you're going to hear it at 3:00 in the morning when the batteries are dying.
Yeah. Dude, no. So I bought a couple years ago, or maybe it was last year, I bought my daughter a Furby when they brought Furbies back out again. So I was like, my daughter will love this, right? And she did. And that was the problem. Because the Furby is annoying and I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. Like it goes by voice commands these days. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So no more of that.
It didn't continue going after you removed the batteries, did it?
No, it did not. No, that would be concerning. Right, good. That would be very concerning if it did. I'm going to pretend like you didn't say that because I don't want to have nightmares, Trevor. Anyway.
Too late. We already had that Stitch doll.
So we got more wishables though. There's some like Frozen themed ones.
Yeah.
I
thought these were going to be Moana, but it's these are these perched shoulder plushes.
They're like the sidekicks.
Yeah, so you get I saw Hey, but then I realized it's also what is the chameleon's name?
Pascal,
thank you. And then Olaf. So you get the little shoulder guys, which that's cool.
I think the cutest thing though of all of this might be the Mickey Mouse reindeer plush.
Yeah, this reindeer plush is definitely
it's adorable.
It is. And I think they hit the mark right on this, that like Mickey merch is such a weird thing that there's too much of it.
Yeah.
And it's too samey for me. For me specifically, like I feel like all the Mickey stuff looks the same, or like it's just variations of his, whatever his outfit is.
Yeah.
The reindeer thing is cool. And it's different enough for me that I'm like, it's cute and would grab my attention for sure if I was.
I could do without the embroidered Disney Store 2025 on its foot. Like that
everything has to be marked with the year that it came out.
Well, because they're trying to do it as a collectible, I guess, but whatever.
I can't wait to see it on eBay in 15 years.
Yeah. We also have another interactive plush that is not creepy looking, that is a Mickey Mouse one. But again, this isn't even holiday themed. Like, this is, again, they did the same thing, again, where they were like, holiday collection. And then you look at it, it's like, what's holiday about any of this?
It's just all stuff that happened to get released around the holidays, I guess.
Yeah, see, but if you're going to tell me holiday, I want it to be holiday themed. I want it to be like this Chip and Dale holiday plush set, which is Chip and Dale are dressed up and they're inside a little Santa hat, right? They're dressed up like it's cold out, and they're inside
they got their scarves, and it's very cute.
Yeah, this is adorable. If I got this for my daughter, she'd lose her mind. Oh God, Squishmallows. Keep me away from the Squishmallows. There's too many Squishmallows in my house,
but there's Zootopia Squishmallows. You can get a Nick Wilde or a Judy Fox Squishmallow.
I don't need more Squishmallows in my house. I'm just waiting for like them to rise up against me or something, because there's so many of them. They could form a little Squishmallow army.
You just build a wall of them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, I
will admit, although I don't know if I've said it, but, like I do Zootopia, like I'm not watching it all the time, but I very much like Zootopia, and
I do too. Yeah.
Nick Wilde is actually gradually becoming one of my more favorite characters that I like seeing.
He's a great character.
I just really like Nick, and the fact that you're seeing like Squishmallows and stuff is like, hey, I'm glad that he's getting that exposure and that Zootopia is getting that exposure. So even though I know you don't want more Squishmallows, you can't hate on a Zootopia Squishmallow.
You cannot. No, I agree with you, and I'm also a fan of Zootopia. I think it's a really good movie. So I went off the beaten path, Trevor, and I decided to go to the Disney store and check out the holiday collection going on, just see some other stuff that's not on here.
Yep.
And so I think I've talked about this before. I think everybody has that movie or movies that they watch during the holidays. It's kind of like tradition.
Mm-hmm.
My sister and I, it's the Santa Claus. Okay. We always have to watch Santa Claus every single year, multiple times usually, right? Yeah. So they are selling the mug, the hot chocolate mug that they had in the Santa Claus.
That the elf brings to
yes.
Yeah.
And it says on the outside, not too hot, extra chocolate, shaken, not stirred. I feel like I need this in my life. But yeah, I don't know. I just had to bring that up because I thought that was cool, and it's not even on the thing. But I also hate when they're not dishwasher safe. Like, I don't like hand washing stuff. I want to put stuff in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's why I never talking about mugs is so for us it's National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
That's on that too. My wife and I always
the go-to,
and
the eggnog mugs are always, I see them from time to time, and I'm like, oh, those would be so cool to have. But yeah, they're not easy to take care of. So it's like, I'm not going to do that.
I would love that. It's also especially because, the whole, I mean, not to go on a tangent here, but the whole Wally World thing was supposed to be Disneyland, right? Yep. So like when they go on and this obviously is not Christmas Vacation, it's just vacation, but it's related because the mugs you're talking about are Wally World mugs, right? But those were Wally World is supposed to be Disneyland. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's a good one too, Trevor. And in fact, my wife and I have already watched it this holiday season. Like we've already,
oh wow, okay,
yeah, we watched it the other day.
Yeah,
we watched it the other day. So, so that's that merch. I did want to move on though, Trevor, because
we got a couple more things.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about all of these, holiday performance that's going to be on the Wonderful World of Disney. We've been talking about the Holiday Spectacular. We've been talking about this. And I don't know about you, Trevor, but there's nothing that makes me feel older than reading artists like
from your youth
artists
doing
no, but also current artists, and I'm like, okay. I have no idea who that is. I've never heard that name in my entire life. I have no clue who it is. But yeah, no, from my youth too. I mean, yeah. That too, yeah.
Okay, but, so I have, or it says in one of the taglines here, celebrate the holidays with Gwen Stefani, which I'm immediately thinking of No Doubt, which I know
Gwen Stefani's great. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, just dating myself that,
of course,
No Doubt, but Gwen Stefani, Coco Jones.
Who's that?
Aloe Blanc.
Who's that?
Good Charlotte.
Have I ever told the story about when I hung out with Good Charlotte for a couple
I know
hours?
You did, and I'm super jealous that you got you told us while we were playing mini golf, and I was like, who is this person that gets to just casually hang out with Good Charlotte?
Just happened accidentally. Worked toward 2000, man.
that aside, and then so Good Charlotte doing Christmas special,
which is weird too. Also, by the way, that feels weird. Yeah,
Mariah the Scientist, which
what is that?
I know. I started realizing I was waiting for Mariah Carey. No, Mariah.
I saw
the
Mariah
Scientist.
and thought it was Mariah Carey, and then okay,
Mariah the Scientist, Nicole Scherzinger.
That name sounds familiar, but I don't know who it is. So,
Ian Tongi, which I feel I know. That's somebody. He was on American Idol, I believe, is where I know that name from.
Okay.
Baby Rexha is
what I think I've heard that name actually. Okay, I think I know who that is actually.
Yeah. And then Trisha Yearwood.
Yes, I know who this person is.
Yeah.
I've heard of this person. No, not Trisha Yearwood. This other person. Yeah. I've seen her before. Okay, I don't know why though. I don't think I know any of the music.
So again, so that's all of the musical guests.
Yeah.
And what is it? They say Watch this on Monday, December 1st at 8 p.m. on ABC and stream on Disney Plus.
This
stream
is not the
next day
Christmas
on
Day
Disney
one.
Plus. Yeah,
this is not the Christmas Day one.
Yeah, this is their holiday spectacular, hosted by Derek. I can never pronounce his last name properly.
I think it's Huff. I think it's supposed to be Huff.
Yeah. Huff returns and guides through the magical holiday journey, narrated by Disney's favorite Jennifer Goodwin from Zootopia 2. So of course they're promoting
Hopps.
Zootopia 2
because
Judy Hopps gets to host the Christmas special, which is fun. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just more upset that No Doubt and Good Charlotte are in the holiday special, and I'm like, wait a minute.
It's interesting that Gwen Stefani's not performing with No Doubt. She's doing it by herself. But even in this picture have here,
I don't think she's done stuff with No Doubt for a while.
Yeah, I think they broke up, right? But Good Charlotte is performing in front of the Millennium Falcon at Galaxy's Edge. So
that is so crazy.
That just feels wrong. It just I don't understand it. But whatever. It's okay. But yeah, this is these are the things that make me feel old. Like when I see stuff like this and I'm like, I know like two of those artists, and only because they're from the 90s, Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess we can, the holidays are a good time to reminisce about things, but
Interesting that this is just going to be on YouTube, by the way. Like you don't even need like a subscription to this. They're putting this up for free on YouTube.
I feel like that's actually the smart thing for them to do at this point, because trying to put it behind, the fact that it's on Disney Plus and everything is a great bonus, but it actually works against them if they try and forcibly put it behind a paywall, because, we talked about like, holiday Christmas stuff. Most people, the Christmas shows and whatever you watch is kind of whatever is on usually, or like it's like a specific movie. The holiday specials are like, if they happen to be on, I feel it's like, I'll turn them on and be like, oh, this Disney thing is on and it's kind of playing in the background. If it's behind a paywall, I'm not paying to go and watch it, which, I think Disney's realized that this is not, they can use this as a platform to promote other things. Obviously they are with Zootopia 2, but the show itself should not be, they're doing themselves a disservice if they try and make it exclusively available on Disney Plus, right? So,
yeah, no, I get that. By the way, there was almost all of the Disney news this past week was about the Disney Destiny, and I know we've been doing little things here and there about it, but we're not really a cruise show, and so if you're wondering why we didn't do any Disney Destiny stuff, that's why. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did you see the drone show they did for the Destiny? By the way,
I saw bits and pieces of it, yes, and I saw it and I was like, Tom's gonna be mad about that.
I'm not mad about it.
Really?
The more they do about it, the more they do them, the better. I just want them to bring it to the place I want them to bring it to. That's
sorry, you're right. I didn't think you'd be mad about it. I think you'd be like, oh, I wish
jealous.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our friends DCL Duo
cool.
were there too. Yeah. I think they were there for the christening, or at least for the media preview. So
actually, to that end, if you want Disney Cruise Line stuff, we do touch on it, but not nearly as well as DCL Duo. So.
Yeah, well, because they know what they're talking about, we don't. So
exactly.
But anyway, last but not least, Disney Springs. So holiday stuff at Disney Springs. Now, this is something I could participate in, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I'm gonna have the time for it or not, I may try to do some convincing to do it, but we will see. But there's they doing the tree stroll as they have in the past, and there's going to be 19 themed trees, and this is always a cool thing that they do, and they really it's hard to I've tried to describe this to people before, and they're like, but they're just Christmas trees, and I'm like, yeah, but like Disney really does a cool job on them. Like it's hard to describe,
Yeah, I mean they're themed Christmas trees, but they're meant. It's the same way as like trying to describe the windows outside of the Emporium to people.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing where it's like they're not meant to be, I guess, the the shining gem of like the Christmas stuff, but it's like, hey, this is still really cool and it's worth your time to stop and look at it.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's the whole thing about the tree stroll is that if you're in Disney Springs, go and check it out. But it's It's the same way as saying like, go look at the windows on Main Street.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They also do make it snow every night. I saw
the foam snow.
Yeah, I saw somebody the other day call it oh gosh, what was it? It was either was it Snope?
Snope, yeah.
Yeah, they called it Snope, and I was like, Snope, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. Like I get what you're saying. I had never heard it referred to that way until then.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was funny.
I still remember when we did a holiday party. I think it was the first time that we went, and we came onto Main Street and it was snowing and all that, and it looked amazing. But then my son, so as somebody who lives in a colder climate, you catch snowflakes on your tongue, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
And my son just immediately was like, "Oh, I'm gonna, catch this in my mouth."
Oh no!
And he immediately regretted it.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
But it's funny because it happens all the time. Like we saw it happen. Like besides my son, we saw other people do the same thing, and it's always funny to see it happen.
It actually, so believe it or not, it actually snowed here the other day, which we never get snow. But it snowed. It didn't stick. And it was gone within, an hour.
If it stuck, that would be very concerning. It should.
I would love for it to stick. I want it to stick. But yeah. So my daughter and I were outside catching snowflakes with our tongues because they were, actual snowflakes. So
yeah.
By the way, the other thing on this too, there's if you have a Magic Band Plus, some of the trees are interactive. I don't remember them doing that in the past. They might have, but that's pretty cool.
There. Okay. So again, even more reason to go and check out the
tree
stroll.
Yeah, my daughter loves the interactive stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And then of course there's the food, right? Well, I skipped over the art. Yeah,
we've talked about the food. Like this is all food from that we talked about in the food time. I'm looking at the pictures right now and it's like, oh yeah, we talked
about all that.
Yeah.
And then, not last, but there's like an art thing going on there too of like Disney art, which is always, I like the Disney art. We've bought quite a bit of Disney art in the past. And then last but not least, Santa Claus, right? Santa Claus.
Yeah. So yet more places you can meet Santa Claus. There are so many places that you can meet Santa Claus at Disney.
There are.
It's not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that like what do you
got against Santa Claus, Trevor?
No, it's the concentration of Santa Claus meets to a single area is incredibly high because most places it's like your local mall, which they're kind of spread out. Where at Disney it's like there's like 8 different places you could go and meet Santa. All
at different times, obviously, because Santa's got to run between all these different places.
He's got it covered. He
does. He can just poof, right? He just
this is nothing for him.
It's easy. Yeah. Anyway,
that's a Wednesday afternoon. That's not like Christmas Eve.
Not a big deal to him. Yeah, not a big deal to Santa.
Exactly.
So why don't we go ahead and wrap this up?
Yeah. All right.
We're gonna have a little bit of a weird. This is probably our last live show for a bit.
Right.
I say live, but you know what I mean? Like, regular show, I guess I should say.
So I guess, yeah. So we won't have a regular show, so we'll have the show coming up this week. The following week, you guys are getting a wait list.
Yeah.
Because Tom will be he'll be enjoying the magic of Disney Christmas stuff.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Hopefully all is well. Hopefully we nobody gets sick and we all we have no issues. Like, let's hope that.
I do hope your trip goes well. And I guess just looking at the timing of it, there may actually be a week where we don't have an episode because of when you're back.
Yeah.
So it's I think we'll have a wait list after, or we'll have a wait list next week, and there'll probably be a week break, and then we'll be back in December. So like second week of December, probably.
We certainly hope that everybody listening, except for Canada, because you guys already had Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving.
I love that you start. I was like, wait, are you going to diss me? Because you're
it's
like,
not a diss. No,
Canada,
it's
okay.
Happy belated Halloween.
Yes.
Happy belated Thanksgiving to Canada.
Happy Thanksgiving to our American friends who are a month late on celebrating their Thanksgiving.
A month late. See, now that's insulting. No, I said many times, I feel like the Canadians do it right. I feel like I want to do Thanksgiving in October.
It's so much easier.
You get that nice little gap in
yeah.
between. Yeah.
And hey, I've said, you're more than welcome to celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving. Nobody's stopping
and I've
you.
told you, Trevor, that I am not the problem on this. I'm not the decision maker on this. It's the rest of the country that I have to, I have to abide by the dates that we have off and the dates that family wants to do it. So,
okay, fine. I guess
it's not my fault. I want to do it differently.
You just gotta spread the word. It's just easier. And
Trevor wants me to start a Thanksgiving revolution.
Yeah. Just get it out there that, hey, it gives you more time. You can spend all of November planning for Christmas, not having to, do Thanksgiving and then Christmas immediately after it. So
listen, I'm on your side. Okay.
And I guess to that end, I'm like, I myself am done my Christmas shopping, but for my family, I think we have for everybody in the house, we all kind of work together to get Christmas shopping done for extended family and stuff. I think we're 95% done because we've had time to do that here in November. So just putting that out there too.
I'm pretty sure I'm 0% done. I have not bought a single thing for Christmas as of yet. So
yeah. So, hey, start spreading the word that, this would be a lot easier if you guys actually, did your Thanksgiving.
I'll work on it, Trevor.
Instead of, giving yourself 3 weeks to recover from Thanksgiving.
I do need that amount. I do need a lot of time to recover from my Thanksgiving eating habits. So yes,
you're going to need extra time this year, I think, because you're going to have that Disney,
the Disney hangover,
that Disney Christmas dose. It's not a normal Disney hangover. You're gonna have that Christmas high. That
I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun.
I'm really excited for you too. I'm looking forward to hearing how it goes when you get back.
Let's hope it goes well.
So I guess we should probably, leave that here. And so, yeah, stay tuned going, like we said, we're going to have stuff for you guys here for at least the next couple of weeks. And then, stay tuned when Tom's back and we're going to talk about how things went for him.
And listen, you got a lot of content from us the past couple of weeks. I don't think I've seen my family. My daughter doesn't recognize me anymore. She's like, "Who are you? Why are you here?"
I think, hopefully I know some of our listeners, listened, there's kind of a backlog of stuff for them that should tide them over into, into December. So, we've given you guys enough. It's just, we have to have a break in there because of travel schedules and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it'll be weird getting back to it. I'm sure we'll forget how to do the show by the time you get back. So it'll be fun.
I forget every time we do it. So
I know. But yeah, I guess we'll start wrapping this up here. So, if you guys ever want to reach out to us about anything you heard on the show or, share your own trips, all that kind of stuff, you can always find us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you guys and hearing your takes on Disney stuff and all that good stuff. And I don't know what else. They're just, we're always at our email address. We're also on social media. So you can find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast. You can find us on YouTube as Welcome Home Podcast. And you can find us on Instagram as Welcome Home Pics. Make sure on Facebook you check out our group, Welcome Home Disney Waitlist, where, again, we talk about stuff from the show. It's, people posting their own trip reports and just, lots of good Disney discussion in there. It's always nice. So, if you're looking for a good Facebook group, that's one of the good ones. So, please come check us out. And if you want to help support the show, you can go to store.welcomehomepodcast.co. You can, check out all of our merch there. If you're, maybe needing something for, if you have a friend or somebody that listens to the show and you're looking for a gift, we do have shirts and mugs and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, maybe you can get a stocking stuffer for somebody. And, so we got you there. Also, again, just to help support the show, we do have a Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/welcomehomepod and you can check out our different levels of Patreon support, which has an exclusive logo. So outside of the store, Patreon is exclusive merch only to our Patreon listeners. And all of our Patreon listeners get access to the Discord server, which is yet another place that we talk about things from the show. There's lots of great conversations, but also people in our Discord a lot of times see things that we're working on ahead of time. So they'll get previews of episodes or previews of ideas that Tom and I are working around. Tom's done a lot of great stuff with Food Time and doing like holiday logos and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff was previewed on Discord. So if you're interested in seeing that stuff ahead of time, check us out. Check out our Patreon, because then you can get in there and see what's going on. And last but not least, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere, you can leave us a review. Leave us a 5-star review. It just helps more people find the show. And get it. You know what? Okay, since it's Christmas, this is Tom's. This is your gift to Tom.
Give me a gift.
Because if you want, it's like the Christmas star, but it's the Christmas 5 stars. And it'll fulfill Tom's wish. It'll fill up his heart.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to just throw all the Christmas references here.
Every time you read a 5-star review, an angel gets their way.
And Tom's heart grows 3 sizes. It does. Because the Grinch, and I don't know what else.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
The 3 ghosts.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Okay.
I'm just going all over the place now. Leave us a review. It just helps the show. And, you can also write us a review on iTunes, because we do like hearing what you guys think about the show.
Yeah. So there's that. By the way, I did all I'm glad we did all these Food Time episodes for the holidays, Trevor, because I spent an inordinate amount of time putting together holiday Food Time and all the graphics and everything, and I was like, I'm going to do all this work and I'm going to use it once, and now I got to use it 3 times. So
and I mean, it's actually, you're right. It's good that you did it, because we were prepared for the deluge of Food Time content.
And we'll be able to use it next year during the holidays. So anyway,
there you go.
In addition to the reviews, also subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release an episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube Music, just about any podcast app that's out there. You can find us. Just search for Welcome Home, look for the Disney one. Huge thank you to our sponsor, DVC Resale Market, for sponsoring this episode, and World of DVC for continuing to sponsor the show and just being awesome in general. Please check them out for any DVC related needs. Join us next time for more Disney Parks discussion. Of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC. To a house when we had a church, how she can cuddle is no man's affair. I look around for all the clothes, found her in her sugar bowl. Hey, look out, here comes my boy.